Howard Kurtz told Trump supporters facts, and they don't like the facts, especially when it comes to Donald Trump and the recent election audit that took place in the state of Arizona. So Trump has not accepted the fact that he lost the 2020 general election. So he's been badgering various typically red states to do an audit to ensure that the election wasn't stolen from him by Joe Biden. Well, Arizona did end up doing the audit. They wasted a bunch of taxpayer money, and the outcome was that turns out Joe Biden did in fact win that state, and there were actually more votes for Biden than previously believed. They found 99 additional votes for Biden when they did this recount. Fun. Now, Howard Kurtz reported that, and here's what that report looked like.
Donald Trump unloaded on the media last night for their reporting of the Arizona audit commissioned by Republicans, which found no hard evidence of substantial fraud, and in fact awarded Joe Biden 99 more votes and Trump 261 fewer votes. But the former president doesn't see it that way. The Republican president of the Arizona Senate, which commissioned the audit by the cyber ninjas, always makes me think of the Teenage Mutant Turtles, accepted the findings, saying numbers are numbers and truth is truth. And here's Trump trashing the fake news for its reporting. What is the press supposed to do?
All right, so standard stuff. I mean, it is kind of rare to see, right-wing outlet actually report the facts without, adding some caveats that will help Trump feel good about himself. But nonetheless, that led to a lot of backlash toward Howard Kurtz, who tweeted, "A little sad that when the GOP commissioned and Trump ally-funded Arizona audit found Biden got 99 more votes, people attack me in the media. Raising questions about possible errors and fraud is not the same as proving them and was reported. This is our tribal politics today." So the very people, Cenk, who enabled Donald Trump's lies, people who very clearly knew that the election was not in fact stolen from Donald Trump, but provided validity to Trump's lies, provided validity to clowns like Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani. Now they're turning around and crying once they report the truth to their audience, when they're the ones who enabled their audience in the first place, which means if this isn't a no cookies for you story, I don't know what is. So Howard Kurtz, here's a message. No cookies for you, I'm sorry. That's it, that's my commentary on this, Cenk.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go a little harsher.
Ooh, you're in that mood today.
I am.
Go get him.
So here's the situation. Howard Kurtz used to work at CNN. And when he did, he had a very CNN type of perspective.
Milquetoast.
Yeah, and so what does that mean, a CNN perspective? It was down the middle, left wing does it, right wing does it, everything is 50-50, and the powerful are always right. And I remember him basically yelling at me on Reliable Sources when that was a show on CNN in disbelief that MSNBC would not tell the truth. He's like, you're supposed to be the media critic, and you're yelling at a guy who's MSNBC reported something that MSNBC is doing wrong. And so, but that's long under the bridge. Who cares about that, right? But my point there is, he was like right down the middle, corporate media, got it, okay. Then he goes to Fox News and his slant, and we've shown you many clips here of Howard Kurtz on Fox. All of a sudden, is a right-wing perspective. It almost sounds like and looks like you're just doing whatever they tell you to do based on whoever's paying you. And by the way, paying you a lot of money, right? So, hey, Burgundy will read anything in the prompter. That's why I call them news actors and not news anchors. Which one was the real Howard Kurtz, the one at CNN or the one at Fox News? I don't know. My guess is neither. If you put him on MSNBC, all of a sudden he'll sound a little left wing. Although not much, it's MSNBC. So now coming back to this story, he's shocked and chagrined to find out that there's gambling in this establishment. He's like, oh, Fox News, our audience is nuts?
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know that, right? Oh, they don't like reporters. That's news to me. They don't like facts. Yes, Howard, they do not like facts. And how did they get that way, Howard? Your employers.
Totally.
They're the ones who hired Hannity and Carlson and O'Reilly and Ingram and all of them to lie 24/7. Oh my God. Oh, Trump's definitely gonna win. Trump's got this locked up. There's no question. The only way he doesn't win is fraud. That's the only way. That's the only way. Oh, he didn't win. Fraud. But you guys lost 60 cases in a row. Okay.
Right.
I don't know. Really? Didn't Fox explain over and over again? 60 cases. Here's a Trump-appointed lawyer, judge saying you have no evidence. No, instead, Fox, at a bare minimum, implied 1,000, 2,000 times over that the election was actually stolen. That's why they're getting sued.
Right.
But Howard Kurtz, the newsman, finds out today that the Fox News audience might not like journalism, and that his own network might have been lying to that audience, and now that audience is angry and doesn't trust anybody. You're a newsman, Howard, and you just discovered that.
Yeah, I mean, look, outlets, especially outlets that purport to do journalism, are not supposed to serve as copium dens for various political tribes, right? By the way, I mean, you see this play out in so many different areas of the media. It's not just corporate backed media like Fox News. Like, you see it kind of play out with various like independent people who make money off Patreon, for instance, right? I see it happen all the time where they get rewarded by an audience if they stick to a certain narrative, but once they deviate from that narrative, the audience punishes them. And the fact of the matter is, like, your job is to just tell the audience what the truth is. Like, you can't change the facts of a story. The facts are the facts. Your analysis might get people riled up or upset, but you have to have faith that your audience is smart and will maybe disagree with you, but will come to a conclusion that they're comfortable with, maybe disagree with you, and then later on you prove that you're right, like I did with Tulsi Gabbard and a bunch of other things, but nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like, sometimes the audience gets upset at you because your analysis might not agree with their own analysis, and that's fine, right? Yeah. But that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is the very person who engaged in enabling the lies is now shocked that once he tells the truth, the people who love the lies are upset with him. Yeah, come on.
So look, guys, last thing here. Actually, I'm glad Anna brought up the Tulsi Gabbard example because it is a good one. So when she first reported the things that were wrong with Tulsi Gabbard, a lot of our audience didn't like it because they were used to liking Tulsi because she had a lot of progressive positions in the beginning. Now she's shedded most of those and is now openly in favor of war and drone strikes and all those things. And it turned out Anna was right. But we had the courage, and most especially obviously Anna, who did it in the first place, had the courage to say it even though we knew our audience might not love it.
You know why though? Because our audience is smart. So like, I get it, like that was a painful experience, like the audience turning on you and being upset with you, but I trust my audience and I trust that once I'm proven right, they're gonna like respect the fact that I told them the truth. Because to me, like whether you like me or not, and regardless of what you think about me, like I wanna make sure you guys have the information. My analysis is different. You can disagree with my analysis, that's fine. But the facts are the facts. I can't change Tulsi Gabbard's record. I can't change what she said on camera. You get what I'm saying?
100%. So now back to Howard and how it applies to him. Look, there are some folks who have courage on Fox News. Chris Wallace, we've now given him tons of credit because he's earned it by asking tough questions of both Democrats and Republicans, right? So Howard Kurtz is not in that group. And if you tell him this, he's gonna be outraged. Oh, you guys don't understand. Fox News is part of the beloved establishment. You guys seem like radicals who are saying that some of our hosts are lying. That's outrageous. And in Washington, among people that are powerful, they do find it outrageous. They're like, oh, and now it's a little less so, but my God, 5-10 years ago, if you said Fox News was filled with liars, you would be thrown out of DC or New York in any polite circles in any club. They would hate you forever for it, right? And that's the time that Kurtz is used to. So now when we challenge them and say, duh, everybody in the country knows Fox News is lying about this issue, and you just discovered it. In the past, they would have bullied us and steamrolled us with corporate media. Now, the internet's too strong. Howard, you're embarrassing, and everyone knows it. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.